Welcome to the 45-minute practice. Come to the top of your mats. Take a grounding, centering breath. Surya Namaskara A 3 times. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, set yourself up. Exhale, lower yourself down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Taking whatever movements you want to take right now, just going to be here for 5 breaths. Take a breath in, set yourself up, and step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up. And exhale, release. Remember, these sun salutations are your devotion to yourself, your preparation. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bow down to life. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Feel the movement. Feel your body pressing the hands away from you, lifting up from the top of the thighs, reaching the heels down, melting the heart into the earth, relaxing the head. And then come up onto the toes. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching up. And exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, flying down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, press the hands down, step or jump back to plank. Inhale, set yourself up. Exhale, lower yourself forward and down, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, step forward, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up to standing. Exhale, release. Inhale, sink the butt down, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Lower straight down into chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands, back foot at a 45. Inhale, rising up to Virabhadrasana One, Warrior One. Exhale, lowering the hands back down to the ground. Straight into chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands, back foot at a 45. Rising yourself up to Virabhadrasana One on the other side. Exhale, lowering the hands down, taking a vinyasa, stepping back to plank, lowering down chaturanga. Inhaling up to up dog, squeeze the butt. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, hips up, look forward. Exhale, jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink the butt down, Utkatasana, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, stand up and release Samasthiti. Round 1, the Surya Namaskara B. Again, inhale, sink the butt down. Reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump back to plank. Exhale, lowering yourself forward and down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale. Inhale, rising up to Virabhadrasana One. Exhale, lowering the hands back down, stepping back to plank, lowering all the way to Chaturanga in the same breath. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, grounding yourself, centering. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, bringing the hands back down to the mat. Step back to plank, lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Press the hands down, reaching through the arms, lifting up from the top of the thighs, sitting bones high, and pressing the heels down. Relax the jaw and melt the heart down into the earth. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, hips up, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink the butt, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up and release, Samasthiti. Last round. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back to plank, lowering yourself down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, ground. Inhale, rise yourself up, Virabhadrasana One. Exhale, bringing the hands down, step back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale, ground yourself. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands back down to the ground, stepping back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Relaxing the jaw. Pressing the hands down, lifting up from the top of the thighs. Breathe. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, hips up. Exhale, jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, stand up and release Samasthiti. Jump your feet hip distance apart and bring your hands to your hips. Padangusthasana. Inhale, lift chest and chin. Exhale, hinging from the hips, lowering the belly button down to the thighs, chest down to the knees, crown of the head down to the ground. Grab hold of your toes or bring your hands to blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, finding length in the spine. Exhale, folding deep and down. Relaxing the head, crown of the head down to the toes. Looking through the legs, lifting up tall through the back of the legs, lifting up the top of the thighs. elongating the spine, breathing deeply. Allow yourself to move with the breath to go deeper into the pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Inhale, raise yourself all the way up. And exhale, release. And bring the feet together. Trikanasana. Swing the right foot back behind you so it's at a 90-degree angle to the front foot. Kick that back hip back. Reach the front arm forward to find that extension and then pivot down to Trikanasana. Bringing the hand either to the shin or to the ground, to a block or to your toe, wherever you are at. But open up the chest towards the side of the mat, pressing the hips also in that direction and reaching up to the sky with that top hand. Pressing down through the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, lift yourself back up to center, changing sides. So changing the position of the feet, again kicking that back hip out behind you, reaching the front arm forward, pivoting down to wherever you are at. We want a stretch along the side of the body and also the inner thighs, but bend the knees if you need to, or bring your hand onto your block on the inside of your leg. Breathe deep into the tummy, reach up to the sky. Inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Exhale, release to stand at the top of your mat, Samasthiti. Inhale, swing the right foot back, this time pivoting round to face the back of your mat, Uttita Paschimottanasana, extended side angle pose. Open the hips and the chest up, out to the sides. Bend that front knee and bring the right elbow to the right knee. Swing the left arm up and overhead, being gentle on the rotator cuff. And reach out through that top hand so you feel a stretch all along the side of your body. If you want to bring your hand down to the ground, you can either bring it to the inside or to the outside of the foot. Press down the outer edges of the back foot. Feel that stretch all along the side body. Opening up the chest, looking either up at the fingertips or through the armpit. Inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Changing direction, pivoting round to the front of your mat this time, and again, coming into the posture. So find your place within it. Some days you'll want to have your elbow on your knee, the other days you will want your hand on the ground. This is your practice. Sometimes you'll want to open your chest more, sometimes you'll want more of a stretch along the side of your back. There is so much freedom to move within these postures. Just because I'm doing one thing does not mean that you need to do it. Inhale yourself back up to center. Exhale back to Samasthiti. Inhale, swing the right foot back, bringing the feet wide, ankles so they're roughly underneath the arms when they're fully extended for wide-legged forward fold. Bringing the hands to the hips, inhaling, lifting the chest and chin up, exhaling, folding down, bringing the hands to the mat. Give yourself a little halfway lift just to get extra extension in the spine, and then lower yourself down into the fold. If your hands are on the ground, bring them in the same line as your feet, elbows, wrists, and shoulders all in the same line, and reach the crown of the head down. Lift up from the top of the thighs, which is sitting bones high, and press down through the outer edges of the feet. And breathe. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lifting chest and chin. Exhale, hinging from the hips, tilting the pelvis, allowing yourself to come down into the forward fold. Let the arms just be heavy overhead. If this is too intense, then just bring the hands to the waist and try and pinch the elbows together. Otherwise, allow the weight of the arms to allow you to go deeper into the stretch. Allowing yourself to move with the breath. And then inhale yourself all the way back up to center. And exhale, release. Inhale, and then exhale back to the top of your mat, Samasthiti. Utthita Hasta Padangusana. Transfer the weight to the left foot and bring the right knee into the chest, grabbing hold of the big toe or the knee, or wrapping a strap around the ball of your foot. Bring the left hand to the left hip and then extend the leg out in front of you, reaching out through that heel. If this is comfortable for you, try the forward fold. If not, ground yourself down through that standing leg and then hinge from the hip, the leg out to the side. Opening up the collarbones, lifting up tall through the crown of the head, keeping the hips and shoulders facing forward. Take a breath in and then exhale, bringing the leg forward. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, release, all the way back down to the ground. Give the hips a wiggle and then go on to the other side. So transfer the weight over to the right leg, bring the left knee up into the chest. Again, grabbing hold of the knee, the big toe, or wrapping a strap around the ball of the foot. Wherever you're at, bring the right hand to the right hip, lift up tall through the spine, and then extend the leg out in front of you, reaching out through the heel, grounding yourself down through that standing foot. So two opposing forces, foot going down, head going up, heel going out in front of you. Inhale, opening out to the side, keeping the hips and chest facing the same direction. Holding your balance, breathing, using the breath to keep your balance and belief. Inhale yourself back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, release the foot, keep it out in front of you. And then exhale, release it back down to the ground. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Ardha Baddha Padangusana. So half lotus, forward fold, standing forward fold. So bringing the right foot either up into lotus or bringing the ankle bone to the outside of the left thigh. Wherever you're at, inhale the arms up and then exhale, bending the left leg as you fold down. When you get your hands to the ground, that's when you can start to straighten the leg. When you're getting more and more confident in this pose, you can add in the binds once in lotus to get a deep hip opening stretch. When it's time to come up, bend the knee, inhale, reaching all the way up, and exhale, release. Inhale, transfer the weight over to the right side and bring the left foot either to the ankle bone over the thigh or up into the crease of the groin. Take the bind if that's where you're at. Wherever you are, come down into your forward fold, bending the knee as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bending the left knee. Exhale, squeezing into the midline, rising yourself up all the way up to standing, and exhale, release. Swing the left foot back this time, coming into Virabhadrasana One, bending that front knee, hips facing forward, chest and chin lifting up towards the sky, and your hands can either be together or apart. And then come round to change sides. We're now facing the back of our mats. Again, checking in, hips facing forward, chest and chin lifting up, pressing forward with that front knee, pressing down through the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale, opening up to Warrior Two, changing the position of the back foot, keeping the same leg bent so we're facing the back of our mat, pressing down through the outer edges of the back foot, opening the chest and hips out to the side, palms facing up to open to receive life, or palms facing down to bring strength up from the earth. Inhale, change sides, so we're now facing the front of our mats. Just check the alignment of the feet. So the heel of the front foot is in line with the middle of the back foot. Hips and chest open to the side. Relax the shoulders and reach out through those fingertips. Lifting up tall through the spine. Strong legs, gentle hands. And then cartwheel the hands down to the front of your mat. Step back to plank. Inhale, set yourself up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Bringing the hands as wide as the mat, coming up onto the toes. Bend the knees, send the hips up. Look forward. Jump through to sitting. You can do it. And we're going to come into Dandasana. So bring the hands either side of the hips, lift up tall through the spine, press the heels down, squeeze the inner thighs, and then gently just tuck the chin. Draw the belly button in as you inhale. Exhale, send energy down the spine. Inhale, cross the legs, bringing the hands in front of you and lift yourself up and jump back, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Again, hands wide as the mat, set yourself up, bend the knees, look forward, and on an exhale, lifting the hips up, tucking the knees into the chest, jump through. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana A. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach forward. Remember, belly button to the thighs, chest forward to the toes. Look forward, inhaling, lengthen the spine, and exhale, folding down into that space. Elbows out to the sides. If it's uncomfortable looking forward, then drop the gaze down to the knees. And decide if you want an intense stretch here, if you want a gentle, relaxing stretch. It's up to you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, cross the legs, brings the hands in front, and jump back, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale, set yourself up to jump through. Exhale, jumping, tucking those legs in, and meeting me back in sitting. For Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So half bound lotus forward fold. If you can't get your foot up into lotus, then just bring the ankle bone to the other side of the left thigh. If you want to try the bind, go for it. You can use a strap to assist you with it, wherever we are. Inhale to lift up and exhale, fold. Relax the hips in this posture. Dorsiflex the foot, to relax the hips. Inhale, lift up and release the legs. Bring the hands in front, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog, squeeze the butt, lifting the hips back into downward facing dog. Setting yourself up, bringing the hands wide. Look forward, hips up, tuck those knees, jump through. We'll do Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana in the other side. So again, ankle bone to the outside of the right thigh or into lotus. Taking the bind or not. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, releasing, crossing the legs, bringing the hands either in front of you or to the sides, jumping through, lowering yourself down, chaturanga. Inhale up to up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Meeting me in sitting for Janushassana A. We're going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, knee out to the side. Hips facing forward. Inhale, reaching out to find length in the spine, and then exhale, hinging from the hips and folding down. Finding your place in it, sitting on a block if that's helpful. But think belly button to thigh, chest beyond the knee, nose to the ankles, finding that length and then melt down into it. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up, cross the legs, either give yourself a lift or a jump back vinyasa. Whatever you decide to do, meet me in Janushritasana on the left side. Inhale, reaching the arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, bring yourself back to sitting. Release, cross the legs, and jump back to take a vinyasa, or just lift the hips and the ankles. Whatever you've chosen, meet me in seated for Virabhadrasana A. So bring the right foot next to the thigh. Have about a hand distance in between the left leg and the right foot. Inhale, reach the right arm up, reach forward to get the right shoulder beyond the knee, and then wrap it around. If this isn't possible, just go as far as you can go, grabbing hold of the ankle or behind the thigh. And if you can go for the binds, grab that hand or use a strap to help you. Remember, as you're folding forward, finding length in the spine, and then folding into the exhale. Feel how the breath moves the body in these postures and how on the exhale we are able to go deeper. Inhale, releasing from the posture, and either taking a vinyasa or just giving yourself a lift. And we'll meet back in seated for Virabhadrasana A on the other side. So again, leaving a hand distance in between the right leg and the left foot. Inhale, reach the left arm forward, wrapping it around, grabbing hold of the ankle, or just bringing it to the back of the thigh, wherever you're at. Inhale, lifting, finding length, finding space. Exhale, fold. Just breathe, connecting back to the breath. Inhale, releasing from the posture. Exhale, jumping back or lifting yourself up. And play around with these vinyasas, all the different types of lifts that you can do. And the challenge is to do a whole practice doing a vinyasa every time with every side of every posture. A real sense of achievement when you do it. And meet me back in seated. We're going to do Virabhadrasana C. So bend the right knee. Again, a hand's distance in between the foot and the leg. Bring the knee across the body and then bring the left arm, the outer edge of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You can either stay here or you can go for the bind using a strap or your own clothing to help you with it. But ground yourself down through the sitting bones. Lift up tall, squeezing and twisting from the ribs. Exhale, release, and take a lift or a vinyasa. And meet me on the other side. Again, bringing the left knee across the body, reaching the right arm up. Finding that twist before we really get into it too much. Twisting from the belly button and the ribs really wrings you out, this posture. It's brilliant. If you are going for the bind, sometimes the body will shift from sitting bone to sitting bone as you find balance. But once you've got the binds, you're able to sink the sitting bones back down. And release the posture, cross the legs, and take a vinyasa. When we're jumping from downward dog, we're going to be going straight into Navasana, into boat pose. So squeeze the knees together, lift up from the chest, and either stay in a tucked position or extend the legs out so they're parallel with the arms, or straighten the legs. Wherever we are, draw the belly button in, lift chest and chin up. Squeeze the legs together. After 5 breaths, cross the legs and give yourself a little lift. And then come back into the posture for another 5 breaths. Keep squeezing the legs together, chest open, chin up. Cross the legs, lifting yourself up. Can you challenge and bring your legs up as well? And meet me back in Navasana again. Last time. This time we're going to cross the legs and jump back to Chaturanga. The best up dog ever. You may want to spend an extra breath here and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Set yourself up to jump back through to a seated position and bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Virabhadrasana A. And you can have the ankles close to you or far away. We're going to open the feet up like a book. So bring the fingers to the outsides of the feet, thumbs on the soles of the feet, and open them up. Inhale, lifting up tall through the spine, and just tuck the chin. So the spine is nice and long, knees relax out to the sides, arms straight. We're then going to bring the knees together and take a vinyasa. Meet me back into seated. And meet me in a wide-legged seated position for wide-legged forward fold. I'm not going to try and say this one in plain Sanskrit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, tilt the pelvis forward and lower yourself down. If you can't grab hold of your toes, you can bring the hands out in front of you and walk your fingertips further away. Sitting on a block can also help, as also pressing the thighs and rotating the thighs out can also help. Wherever you are, inhale, release, and lie down on your backs for Udvadanarasana. We're going to do our prep pose first, so bend the knees, bring the heels to the fingertips, press the feet down, squeeze the butt and press the hip bones and the belly button up towards the sky. Relax the throat and breathe. Keep pressing the feet down, feeling the weight in the shoulders and the feet evenly. And then lower yourself down to the ground. And if you're wanting to go up into Virabhadrasana, into full wheel, then reach the arms above your head. Bend at the elbows, bring the hands either side of the ears, pressing the hands and feet down, tucking the pelvis under, come onto the crown of your head. And then press hands and feet and reach the hips up towards the sky. Wherever you're at with this, just listen to your body. If your lower back's hurting, squeeze your butt more. If you're coming up onto the crown of the head and that feels like it's enough, then stay there. The prep pose might also be enough, so stay there. Wherever you're at, there's always more to go. It doesn't matter what's the most important is that you're comfortable. And then lower yourself down to the crown of the head after 5 breaths, and then press back up again. This is sort of your playtime here, so you can experiment with walking the feet further away from you, bringing them back in, walking the hands closer to you. Either way, when you're up in full wheel, you're there for 5 breaths, and then you're lowering down to the crown of the head, and then pressing back up again. Then you can move forward and back, side to side. Try walking, that's a lot of fun. And then releasing yourself back down, tucking the chin to the chest, lowering the back of the head down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then bring the knees into the chest and give yourself just a gentle squeeze, rocking from side to side just to release the spine. We're then going to rock up and down the spine so we can come back up to a seated position for Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, fold. And you can either go into this with the same intensity as you did, or you can come into a more yin, relaxed fashion. You can roll a towel up and put it underneath your knees if it feels more comfortable and more relaxed. I'm going to be here for 10 breaths. Really allow yourself to melt down. Gently start to roll yourself back up to seated. And we're going to lower ourselves down onto our backs to come up into shoulder stand, Savangasana. We're going to aim to be here for 15 breaths. So rock yourself up. Support your lower back either on the hips, the lower back, or reach the balls of the feet up, squeeze your inner thighs together and come up even higher onto the shoulders and support yourself by the ribs. Wherever you're at, whatever feels most comfortable on your shoulders, relax the throat and breathe. If you find yourself coming out of the posture, then just lower the legs down over the head and come into the next posture, Halasana, and you'll just be there for a little bit longer. So keep pressing the hips towards the face, balls of the feet up towards the sky. Play around with the hands as well. And then lower the legs over the head to come into Halasana. If having the legs straight here is too intense, then just bend the knees and bring the knees either side of the head. You can either tuck the toes under, or you can have the backs of the feet on the ground. Again, whatever feels most comfortable for you. You can interlace the fingers, have the palms facing down to the ground. And then bend the knees, bring them either side of the head, and just gently squeeze the temples. And then eventually we want to be able to give ourselves a nice hug around the thighs. If this is too intense, then come back to Halasana. Wherever we are, gently release and roll yourself back down onto your backs, lowering yourself vertebrae by vertebrae. And then cross the legs or come into Lotus. Press the forearms down, lift the chest up and the head up, and bring the crown of the head down onto the mat. If you're in Lotus, grab hold of your feet and use that as sort of like a lever to press the chest up into the sky. If you're in cross-legged, just bring the hands to the top of the thighs. But keep pressing the chest up. Imagine someone is behind you on your thoracic spine, pressing up. Really stretching out the throat chakra here. And then uncross the legs. And if you have a bit more time than 45 minutes, now is the perfect time to practice headstand. If not, come into a cross-seated position or into Lotus. And just take 10 deep meditative breaths, bringing yourself back into your body, back connecting to your breath. Give yourself time to digest the practice that you have just done. Now for the final bit of effort, hands down to the ground and lift the hips up. Talasana, hold here for 5 breaths. And then release the butt back down and take your final vinyasa before Shavasana. Once you've found yourself lying on your backs, feet as wide as the mat, arms out to the side, we're going to take a 4-minute Shavasana. So just take a few deep breaths, relaxing the body on the exhale. Really surrender to gravity, giving yourself permission to feel heavy. and supported by the earth. Just bring the awareness to your breath. Feel the gentle inflow and outflow through the nostrils. And know that your breath in this rest is rejuvenating and regenerating your body. When thoughts do come into your mind, just come back to the breath. Start to bring the awareness back into your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Reaching the arms up above the head, giving yourself a big stretch. And then whichever way is most comfortable, either bringing the knees into the chest and rocking up and down, back up to sitting, or rolling over onto your sides. Whichever way feels good for you, meet me in a cross-seated position with your eyes closed and your hands in prayer. Just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bowing the head down, bowing to yourself, the Guru inside, for the fact that you stepped on your mat this morning. Raise the hands up and bring the thumbs to your forehead to receive the blessing. Bring the blessing to your lips and to your heart. Namaste, beautiful yogis. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. I hope you're enjoying and have a wonderful day.